It's Mikey and Bill. Welcome to the farm.
How y'all doing?
So, neither one of us has put each other in the mental asylum over the weekend. We have been working very hard on this fence, and I'm sure most of you husbands can relate to having a wife that in the process makes about 100 changes to what your original plan was. So on the fence, y'all, I am piecing together the end part of this. If I tried to put last weekend when we started together with what we did this weekend, it would probably confuse y'all just as much as it confused us in the process.
Yeah.
But we will let y'all know that there was no spouses injured in the process. So anyway, I hope y'all enjoy this video. We finally got the puppy pen extended. The fence is up and completed, and hubby did an excellent job and saved us quite a bit of extra expense it would have cost if we would have had to bring someone out and actually install the fence. So
yeah. And we didn't want to bore y'all with the whole process of it. It was a couple of trips back to Sox Fence Company to pick up parts. And,
a wider gate. We went with a wider gate.
Yeah, and then we got rained out one time, and then I was even putting the fence up in the rain at one time, and then the fence got relocated. Different areas of it got moved around, but we're finally through with it, and we're both very happy with the way it turned out.
Yes, and we are honestly at a, we can breathe now that project is finally done. We were trying to arrange the fence in the front to try to keep the puppies out of our flower bed. And I tried to explain that to y'all at the end of the video. Hopefully it makes sense. But we are going to go back and try to put up some type of decorative type fencing or something along the front in the flower bed where the bushes are, to try to keep the pups out from that area, especially around the AC unit in the front. So anyway, y'all come along with us today, and hopefully we won't bore y'all to death with the details, but hopefully we'll help someone that may have some questions in installing a cyclone fence, and save y'all a little bit of money in the process. Okay, y'all, welcome back. It's Thursday, and this is hubby's Friday. Got off work, came home, ate supper, and you see him. He's back at it again. This man never stops. I don't see how he has that much energy. I guess because it's just so much to do around here, and you just keep pushing to get it done. So I'm sure a lot of you husbands out there probably feel about the same way that hubby does here. So I got a question, because I have a feeling what your answer is going to be. Do you enjoy all the extra work that your wife creates for you?
Not particularly, but it's not bad. It needs to get done. It's stuff that us as men would probably put off.
Well, I'm talking about specifically this project.
No, this I know needs to be done.
No, this could have been a very simple project, and I came along and made it complicated when we got started on it finally Saturday, last weekend, because we got rained out Friday when we came home and tried to get started on it.
Yeah, we did.
So, yeah, I just kind of made it a little bit more complicated than probably what it should have been.
Well, I enjoy it though, and I know I wanted to do this personally too, because the babies, they'll have some more room to run around, and instead of being on top of each other. And this'll be a lot of extra room for them to run around in. This will be a lot.
It will be. It will be.
All right, what I have here is a pole driver. And I use a pole driver on cyclone fences and all that because the main reason a lot of people will take post hole diggers and use post hole diggers and dig a hole about that big around. Then you put a little pipe in it and then put cement in it. And that works good too. But you can save money by using a pole driver and just driving the pole straight in the ground. And you don't have no big wobbly hole or nothing, and the pole's just as sturdy as if you put it in cement.
Well,
So it
and
saves
another good reason to do it this way too is if we ever want to take the fence down,
yeah, you just pull them up.
we can, and we can move it somewhere else,
Yeah.
and we don't have to worry about it being concreted in.
Yeah. Now
And,
you can pull them up with the concrete on them and take a sledgehammer and beat it off.
Right, but
If you got all day, but this right here has always worked for me, and I've never had a problem with it. And
well, that's how you ended up putting the other fence up,
yeah,
where the puppies are in the other area down there, and we haven't had any problems at all.
no. Matter of fact, my mom just had a fence put up by a company, not Sox Fence where we bought this at, but another company.
Oh yeah, and they did
that
a
I would not
horrible
recommend to
job.
y'all whatsoever. I ain't gonna say their name. If any of y'all ask, you can ask her.
Yeah, you can email me directly if y'all are looking for fencing, and I will definitely let you know what company she used. We told her to go to Sox, and we don't know what happened, but she dialed a number and ended up getting this other company and just went with it. So, but y'all, they did a horrible job. She actually paid them to come out and put it up for her. So if you are in the area, Lexington, Columbia, West Columbia, and the surrounding areas in South Carolina, if you're looking for fencing, and we would definitely recommend Sox
Yeah,
Fence Company
yeah.
in West Columbia. And if you want to know the name of the other company that we will not recommend, my email's listed in the description. So just reach out to me.
Yeah. Anyway, what I was saying on that was we went up to her house to see the fence that she had put up, and I'm not gonna get on it. It was a terrible job, but they had cemented her posts in the ground, and her posts were actually loose, and it had been done about 4, 5, 6 days prior, so the cement had time to set up to where they should have been firmer than that. But my posts, they're solid in there, and I just use the pole driver, and then sometimes it does mess the tip up like that a little bit when you got to put a cap on it. All you do is take the sawzall and saw it off, so it won't be no different. You just saw off about 1/4 of an inch or whatever to get that little bulge out.
Yeah.
Sometimes it does it, sometimes it don't.
But it sure does.
Quicker and easier.
Yeah,
A
doesn't
lot
take as long
No.
to do, and a lot cheaper to do it too.
Yeah.
And
a
works
lot.
just as good, if not better.
Yeah, at about $8 a bag of concrete, and you're supposed to put half a bag around each post, so that would probably be an additional about $300 worth of concrete.
Right.
So.
Yeah. So I trust your judgment. You do a good job, and anything you do, you usually do a really good job. And we haven't really had that I can think of any problems
No.
with anything that fencing you've put up or anything, even the pasture fence
Yeah.
that he put up. I mean, we haven't had any problems with any of the livestock getting out or anything. The only problem that we had with the puppies getting out is them actually digging out.
Yeah.
But
And the post on the pasture, I would have loved that did wooden post or something like that, but it would have looked more ranchy
right.
instead of having the T-post. But just the price of everything now has done got so ridiculous.
Right.
I mean,
and that's something that we discussed too, y'all, about putting, we were going to go with the wood posts, but my thought on that was eventually they're going to rot, and eventually they're going to have to be replaced. They're wood. So I know the T-posts aren't the prettiest thing in the world, but in the long run, it's going to save a ton of money.
A T-post is about $6 or something a pop, each post. And the wooden posts are about $15 a post.
Right.
So the wood post would probably last you, even the good treated ones, they might last you about 10, 12 years, where these are, some of these actually that I've used around here have been my granddaddy's, so they're probably about 35, 40 years old.
So this is another reason why we decided to extend even more than what we had originally anticipated on this puppy pen. Y'all, there is a natural spring here. So the puppies will have access to nice cool water throughout the day. I mean, we'll still put water out for them, but y'all can see this needs some work around here. Nana did all this, y'all. She put all these rocks around here, and that azalea bush and the ivy, and she actually had a little goldfish pond that she did herself that ran right along here. Yeah, but it didn't ever hold water. So when we came in, we covered it up. I mean, sometimes you wish kind of you would have kept and tried to fix, but there was no way to fix that.
No.
But anyway, this is something that Nana did, and
the water's a little bit cloudy because with all the rain we've had.
Right. So anyway, but we usually come over here a little bit from time to time and try to clean up a little bit around here, and y'all can see how old this azalea is, y'all. Part of it's still living, and the other part looks like it's got some kind of moss or fungus on it. So, but yeah. So when we pull up, there's Nana. Her work that we get to appreciate and still enjoy. Okay, y'all. We're gonna show you a little bit of something right here, and I'm sure probably a lot of you know, but there might be some of you out there that have never put a fence up before and might need some instruction or help with it. So the fat post right here.
This is either a corner post or an end post, whichever one you want to call it.
Right.
And then these right here are your top rails. You can buy them in 10 and a half foot sections, or if you have somebody putting the fence up, you can actually get them in, I believe, 20-foot sections, so you don't have where they go together. And this right here is what they call a line post. They're about a little bit bigger than the top rail.
Right.
The line post.
But they're going to be shorter too.
Yeah.
Your top rail is going to be longer.
Yeah.
And then your corner posts are going to be more round. They're going to be fatter than that one.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, one's like a 1.25 inches for the line post, and probably about 2 inches for the corner post or end post.
Right. So.
And these are termination points.
And y'all can see them better too on the ground. See, the shorter one is going to be your fence posting. And the longer one is going to be the top railing. And there's not any of the corner posts sitting down here, but they're going to be more round in diameter than that one. So, as you can see. And what were you saying?
These are your termination brackets. These bars right here. You use these, all you do is just slide them. They go down in the wire like this right here, wherever you want them. They just slide straight down in. And then you just, wherever you post it's going to be, you hook it and then cut your wire.
You'll use that piece on the end of your fencing. See, there's one there and one there. And they all hook together to that corner post.
Yeah.
So.
Cyclone fence, there's nothing to be scared of. It looks intimidating, but it's actually really easy to put up.
Right.
And another thing you can do is to check cyclone fence is when you put the pressure on it, you want enough pressure that when you squeeze a cyclone fence, it takes a lot of pressure to make that fence do that. And let me show you right here where she got me to move the post from that line post to this corner post. It is a little bit easier to mash because I let some of the pressure off of it when I moved the pole and had to add a section of fence in. I added like a 5-foot section of fence from here to there in. and it did get a little bit of slack in it, but nothing bad. It's still tight. And then you can see the difference in this one. You can't even mash it hardly if you put a lot of pressure on it.
Right.
So that's how you check the tightness of the cyclone fence.
Okay, y'all. I just had a question for hubby. He was sitting here cutting this little extra piece of fence off, and we're going to run the fence down across. So my question was, why are you cutting it instead of just piecing the other fence to this that we already have? And it made sense. So you want to tell them why you're cutting the fence right here at the post? And like I said, most of y'all probably know better than I do about putting up a cyclone fence.
Well, basically what she was wanting to do, she was asking me why I didn't take the wire and basically just keep going and wrap it around the pole like that. And it's just, I mean, I guess you could, but it looks better when you use the termination in and in the fence, which I still have to come down a little bit. I haven't tightened these, but that'll be down.
And then that's what this bar right here is for, and it hooks to your corner post.
Yeah, so what would happen, there will be another termination bracket right here
on this
and
side.
3 more of these.
Which it does look nicer.
Yeah.
I guess that was kind of a dumb question.
No
but
dumb.
I guess, you know.
No dumb questions. The dumb question is the question not asked. So there's never a
Well,
dumb question.
I definitely have never put up a cyclone fence because you pretty much did the last one. And I just helped you hold the fence back while you put the post in and helped just with the tractor tightening it up. But
yeah. And I've got the copper rail up there. I just got to cut the short piece to go from here to here.
right.
And I'm tired. I've been at work all day for 10 hours, so I might just call it quits and cut that tomorrow.
Yeah. It's starting to
I already got to fix this. I just noticed this right here. If you look at it real close, I'm trying to slide the bracket down and it's actually holding the wire so the thing can't go on the wire. So I'm going to have to take another one of these and put it here and then take this one back off.
Right.
So it'll be like these.
Hold it back.
Yeah, so see, that's holding the wire back and this one's loose.
It just needs to go up higher.
Yeah, so I put one about right here.
Okay.
And then this one will have to come off because it's actually hung on the wire.
Yeah. All right. And then y'all see what he's talking about. That one's actually hung on the actual metal bracket instead of
sometimes when you're struggling.
Wire. Sorry, y'all.
Yeah, sometimes when you're struggling and trying to put the fence up, you just don't put it in the right spot. You just have to come back and change.
All the puppies are inside making window art so we can get finished up here with the fence. And hubby's got it right here ready to put a gate up. Hubby's out here getting this portion of the fence pulled up. So now the puppies will have all of this area on around down the side of the house right there. So we're hoping and praying that this was not a mistake and extra expense for nothing. That hopefully the pups will have more room and not completely destroy the entire yard, y'all. So
that's the prayer we're going under anyway.
Hubby said that's the prayer we're going under anyway. So yeah, y'all pray for us. Hopefully they won't tear up the entire front yard. Okay, so hubby is, like I said, taking this portion of the fence down, and he's already removed the corner post where the gate was on this side. And right now, he's just taking those little clips that was holding the fence to the posts and clipping them off. As easy as that. So he is bringing some dirt in with the tractor before we completely close the fencing area off. We're going to get some spots leveled out, especially that one area where they were trying to dig out to China, and got some roots right in there that we need to get covered up. Going to get the bird bath moved out, and particularly that area down there in the corner of the fence. We're going to try to figure out something to do down there. For whatever reason now, the water, when it rains really bad, tends to puddle up right there in that area. So we're going to try to get that fixed out. And as you can see, y'all, the grass, where it is starting to come back up, needs to be mowed. Hubby left to go get a wider gate, so we're going to be able to fit the lawnmower in the puppy area and mow the grass in there. So I'm sure he does not want to have that extra weed eating work. So that'll make things simpler for us. So while he is gone, I'm going to try to get some grass mowed around here. This city girl, we used to cut our grass with a push mower. That's all we really needed for our small yard, and had no clue how to operate a zero-turn lawnmower until Hubby and I used to come down when we were living up in Newberry for a while, and we would come down every other weekend and cut grass down here from Nana, and Hubby ended up teaching me how to operate a zero turn, and y'all, I absolutely love it, and always enjoy coming out and cutting grass. I know most people do not enjoy cutting grass, but I really enjoy it. Gives me time to clear my mind on things, and just enjoy life.
All right, so we got the top rail up, and on this piece right here, so we got the big hose sticks as we can put. You always come up a little spot right here, so you just use the scrap pieces to tie it up and tie it in. So you always make sure you put enough pressure on it and bring it up and hold up and line up where you want your top rail to be.
Do you need me to hold it? We don't want to end up back at the emergency
No.
doctor.
That's how I kind of ended up in the emergency room the first time.
I call Hubby accident prone, y'all. Luckily, knock on wood, I need some wood. We've gotten through this project with no mishaps.
I think most men are a little accident prone.
Yeah, you might be more than others.
Maybe so.
So, getting it in there?
Yeah. And you always want it tight. You always want to make it about an 1/8 or a 1/4 inch longer than what you measured. That way it'll be tight. And then you just bump this one down wherever you want to put it on the fence.
So we ended up going with a 5-foot fence, y'all, and Hubby seemed to think we needed only a 4-foot, but I think the puppies proved you wrong on that.
Yeah.
Because they jump over the puppy gate in
Yeah,
the
they
house.
do.
And I just wanted to have a little bit more security for the puppies when they're out there from coyotes as well. And, you know, a 5-foot fence is still not going to keep coyotes from jumping over, but at least it'll make it a little bit harder for them.
Yeah, it would. And I actually discovered something today when I was walking out. I had to run back over the Sox Fence real quick today because me and my wife decided to get a 6-foot gate. That way we could drive the lawnmower in because we had a 4-foot gate.
Right.
And before the puppy pen, it was small. I could actually get in there and just weed eat it. But,
yeah, I told him you had to leave to go pick up a wider gate.
Yeah.
I didn't think you wanted to have more weed eating work.
No. So now we got a 6-foot gate here versus the 4-foot gate, so we can drive the zero turn more through it. But what I was saying while I was at Sox Fence about to walk out, I actually noticed that they had, and it probably wouldn't be the prettiest thing, something you'd want to put like in a city yard, but it would definitely keep the coyotes out. They actually have some runners that instead of the cat that goes on top of the pole, it's actually a cat that goes on with a bar that sticks out about this long, just like this. And you can put 3 strands of barbed wire on it. And it's about this long at an angle like that, or you can get them straight up. But that's something, if we ever have a problem with a coyote, hope not, because
I hope
that'd
not
be
either.
bad. But it wouldn't be the prettiest thing, but it kind of make you look like you got a fort. But
A prison.
yeah, but it would definitely keep the coyotes.
Right, you got to do what it takes to keep your fur babies safe.
Yeah.
And your livestock as well. So we haven't seen any up close coyotes
No.
in a while, but we
No.
can still hear them. So they are still out there, and unfortunately around in our area they're just tearing up all the trees and making more subdivisions on top of each other. And you know, when developers come in and do that, it pushes all the wildlife out and they have nowhere to go. They're trying to rehome and they are looking for food.
Yeah.
So
we actually had, I saw where somebody had posted, not on our website, but that in our community, somewhere around us, that they had their daughter's dog had got attacked by a coyote, and they had to, it tore it up so bad that they had to put the dog to sleep. They couldn't save it.
right. It's starting to rain off and on, and that's a hard-working man right there, y'all. He's out here and bound and determined that he is going to get this fence finished today. And to be honest with you, we don't have any choice because the pups are going to have to come out and use the bathroom and need their fencing completed. So he's about to finish it up. He's got this one little section right here to finish up, and then one section around the front that he's got to put the top railing on.
All right, so y'all, this is the last piece of fence we're putting up. I could use the tractor, but I figured it'd be easier to use the last post that I put up over here. So I got the binder hooked up, or come along, around the post, and then it goes over here. And I'm gonna pull this tight and put the brackets in it and snip it off, and that'll be it. We did end up having to use a piece of the old fence that we had in the front yard because we ran out of fence, but fortunately I still got a hole, probably around about 40 feet of it left, and we're gonna do a little thing around the front door. But I'm through for the day once I get this up. But we're gonna make a little, like a, probably a 10 by 10 square around the front door and use that 4-foot gate so the puppies won't be all over the front door clawing and scratching, and you'll be able to get out there and actually do stuff and maybe get a little spot of grass growing so they can clean their feet before they come inside. So let's get this up and we're done with it pretty much, except for the top rail.
So right now he's just weaving this in through the fence, and that piece is going to hook to, oop, he bumped the phone, the corner post right here. All right, got the last little bit here. Whew, this has been a major project. Oh, look at these babies. Is y'all being so good and patient? Y'all are. So anyway, they're gonna get a special treat. Look at them things, y'all. We got these at Wagner Milling Company, and these are their special dog treats. And we always pick Tucker. We say that he stole all the Dalmatian spots. So let me see if I can introduce y'all to everybody. All right, so this big boy right here, that's Rocky. He's got one black paw. And that's Tucker. He's the one that started this whole thing with all these babies staying here. Every time I would look down, he'd be right up under me. So anyway, and that sweet boy right there, I always say he's the bestest one because he listens so good. He's got a good temperament. This is Bear, or Bear. We call him Bear. And this right here is Crescent. She's a little girl. And this is why we named her Crescent. She's got like a little crescent mark around her neck, halfway around. So she's our little crescent. We call her Tootsie. So anyway, and we'll probably be doing a video for y'all soon, and introducing all of them one by one, and letting y'all get to know their personalities a little bit better. But these babies have been in here for a couple hours. They're making a mess right now, but that's okay because they have been patiently waiting in here and have been so good. So they deserve their little treat. Are y'all excited and ready to see your new area? Yeah. I can't wait for y'all to go out and see it. Yeah. We've been working hard out there for y'all. We are outside in the new puppy pen, and y'all can see them running around behind us, and they are enjoying this extended space. However, they are, like we thought, running all through the bushes. So I'm going to explain starting from right here. We were going to run cyclone fencing in front of the flower bed along this area around the house. That's why you see the grass dug up and the flower bed out. I was going to extend it out and run it along the edge of the fence line. However, this is a 5-foot cyclone fence, and we decided that that would not be a pretty picture looking out from the inside of the house straight at a 5-foot cyclone fence. So Hubby is going to come along, and he is going to try to put some type of decorative, more decorative looking fencing along the front of the flower bed to keep the dogs out. For right now, he has a piece of cattle wire around the air conditioning unit to keep the pups off of that, and we will be doing something there different. So this is still an ongoing project, as you can see, trying to rebuild the puppy house to make it a little bit bigger for them to fit into. And I, of course, y'all can see, have a ton of work right here where these pups have just completely torn the yard up. So anyway, we're gonna try to get some more stuff planted out there. They're older now, and hopefully won't tear it up as much since they have a bigger area to run in. And just to show y'all the finished project here, stumbling over my words, they now have from this corner of the house all the way up along the side right here. So they have access to the spring that is over here for water. And, you know, unfortunately, I made things a little bit more difficult for hubby along the way. And he definitely had his work cut out for him. So we actually had the fence originally running down the alongside of the magnolia tree right here, and decided to extend it out a little bit further, give them a little bit more shade to lay under, and bring the fence down simply so they would have access to the spring. And it made more sense to attach it to the corner of the house on this side.
Hey, I hope I was able to answer any questions anybody had about putting cyclone fence up or anything like that. And I put up other fencing too. And it's not really that hard once you get into it. And it does save you a lot of money, because it usually costs, if you pay, let's say, $1,500 for fencing, it costs $1,500 to $1,600 for them to put it up. So it's usually exactly or a little bit more than whatever the materials cost to actually have somebody come put the fence up, plus some cement and stuff like that. So it saves you a lot of money in the long run to be able to do things on your own.
Right.
And you also learn expertise on being able to do stuff.
Learn new skills. And y'all, I made this project so much more complicated because I kept changing things on hubby. So I kind of feel sorry for him. He had to do and redo, and we finally, out of this process, got a completed project. And I don't know, I kind of tend to create more work for hubby. So I feel for you husbands out there that have wives like me that just create more work along the way. And but it turned out really good, and I'm really proud of him. And he has so many skills and is able to do so much around here to help with cutting down the expense of paying for the labor to get projects like this done. So y'all be safe out there. God bless. And y'all come back and see us. We still got a lot of projects going on around here. So we'll be finishing up out here over a period of time. So stick with us, and we'll see y'all soon.